National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muiva. At 85, many think he's the man most capable of sealing a political deal with the government. A deal that's been 22 years in the making.
Today's agreement.
In 2015, Narendra Modi's government and the rebel group signed a framework agreement. And the talks now appear to be in the final stages.
All Nagas will have to be in the Indian Union. That is what they told us now. Sorry, we reject it.
But there's a problem.
Our constitution will have to be ours. Your constitution will be yours. And our flags will have to be ours. Your flags will have to be your flags. But they are finding difficult now. No.
The Naga armed group has up to 5,000 fighters and runs its own parallel government. The issue of territorial and political sovereignty for the Nagas has been at the heart of the conflict since India's independence. Nagas want what they call Nagaland, or a homeland consisting of Nagaland, parts of 3 Indian states and some areas in Myanmar. But some groups are also calling for a more practical solution. Al-Zajeera belongs to a separate coalition of 7 splintered Naga armed groups, also in talks with the government.
I don't know why constitution has always been mentioned about this, unless any country, nation, it's declared as a nation. How can you have a constitution?
Nagaland became part of the Indian Union in 1963. Other Naga inhabited areas are split between 3 other Indian states. They celebrate Independence Day one day before India does. They don't pay taxes to the government, but to different groups fighting for their cause. But that system has crippled Nagaland's infrastructure and choked its economy.
In today's reality, many educated youths are suffering because of these economic conditions. People are frustrated.
So peace talks are critical. But the Indian government's decision to revoke Kashmir's autonomy is also casting a shadow.
You're taking away autonomy from Jammu and Kashmir, or have taken it away, and you're promising it to the Nagas. So what value does that promise have for the Nagas? And this is what is impacting the talks.
The governor of Nagaland has told Indian media that talks are stuck on the symbolic issues of flag and the constitution. But after decades of fighting, the Nagas are still waiting for a settlement that fully respects ties to their land, their history and identity. Priyanka Gupta, Al-Jazeera, Camp Hebron, Nagaland.
Hundreds of people have been protesting through the night to demand more is done to tackle sexual violence in South Africa. It's estimated that a woman is raped every 30